something bad about to happen to me. I don't know what, but I feel it coming. Might be so sad, might leave my nose running. I just hope she don't wanna leave me. Don't you give me up, please. Don't give up on me. I belong with you, only you, baby. My girl, only you, baby. Only you, darling, only you, baby. Only you, my girl, only you, baby. Only you, darling, only you. Something bad about to happen to me. Why I feel this way, I don't know, maybe. I think of her so much, it drives me crazy. I just don't want her to leave me. Don't you give me up, please. Don't give up on me. I belong with you, only you, baby. Only you, my girl, only you, baby. Only you, darling, only you, baby. Only you, my girl, only you, baby. Only you, darling, only you. She's fine, it's my mind that's wrong. And I just let bad thoughts linger for far too long. Why? She's fine, it's my mind that's wrong. And I just let bad thoughts linger for far too long. Don't you give me up, please. Don't give up on me. I belong with you, only you, baby. Only you, my girl, only you, baby. Only you, darling, only you, baby. Only you, my girl, only you, baby. Only you, darling, only you.
Want to know how I took my business to the next level? It's simple. It's Shopify. Shopify has all the tools in one place to run your business and design your website to match your brand. So you can turn your
online courses offered.
Você quer sexo agressivo, ou deixa sua bunda ardendo, ou tá caralho, caralho.
Quatro paredes, eu vou cantar contigo, oi. Quatro paredes, eu vou cantar contigo, oi. Em quatro paredes, eu vou acabar contigo, oi.
Yo. That's way too loud. Let's see, pull up. Hey. Alright, let's see what's happening on Twitter. God. Let me just go through this shit real quick. And TikTok, cooking grandma, Linja dies at 67. What? Nah. What the fuck? Lynn Yamada Davis' son paid tribute to her, showing photos of her throughout her life. What? Let's see.
Hello everyone. I'm super sad to inform you that, unfortunately, Linja, my mom, has passed away. Her final moments were super peaceful, and thankfully she was surrounded by the people she loved most, her friends and family. over the last couple of weeks, we've compiled all the best photos of Linda. And to celebrate her life, I just wanted to show you all how amazing and cool she really, really was. The first photo I want to show you is my mom as a kid. Look at her. Look at all that hair she has. Oh my God, she's so cute. Here's one of her right before college, so she must have been a senior in high school. And she's got the Cornell hoodie on, but she ended up going to MIT. Cool pic. This is her at a house party at MIT. I think she looks like a model in this photo. Oh my God, she looks so cool. This is her a couple years out of college. And she's just looking like a queen on top of this motorcycle here.
Wait. Hold on, let me see that motorcycle again. Oh, never mind. I thought it was something else.
Look at that.
I thought it was
Oh my God, she's so cool in this pic. Look
I'm
at
sorry, I'm looking at the motorcycle.
This next
But-
photo is my mom and my brother. And look how good her skin looks. She is glowing. And her diamond is shining in her ears right there. She looks so amazing in this photo. Here's me and her as a baby. I was a big baby. And she was a proud mom. Look at that. I'm eating my foot. Oh man, super cool.
Wow.
Pic. Super cool. And then this one is us at our old house. You can see me in the backpack, my brother cheesing hard, and Linda with the cool stunner shades on. And another one at our old house, you can see what our old kitchen used to look like. Way different than the Cooking with Linda kitchen, but just as messy. 1995, this picture was taken in. 1995. So my brother's a professional soccer player, but a super cool fact is that my mom was actually his first soccer coach. Incredible.
Wow.
One thing also about Linda is she ran 8 marathons. Look how healthy and happy she is. She's got so much muscle on those biceps, you would not want to fight her in this position. She is just crushing it there in the marathon. I can only imagine what she's listening to on those AirPods. This next photo is when we won our Streamy for food in 2022.
Oh,
And
they
I
went to
remember
the
my mom
streamy?
was so surprised that we won it, and she was so happy the rest of the night. But look how happy she is there.
Wow.
Oh my God. 2 things about Linda. She loved to travel, and she loved animals. So we went to the UAE, and she got to ride a camel. The whole time she's trying to feed him snacks. I'm like, it's a camel, Mom. You don't even know what they eat. But yeah, look how cool she is on top of that camel. She's so happy there too. And here is my favorite picture of my mom ever. She looks so intelligent and elegant in this picture. And when I think of my mom, like, this is who I think of. The internet's grandma. Man, she was the best. So glad that you guys all got to experience how wonderful of a person she
67,
was.
right?
And that you guys
Wow.
treated her so well. So thank you for these last couple years. We had so much fun making videos.
Wait, what did she die from? Was it?
Hello, everyone.
Let's see. He had a caption: "You're the best mom I could ever ask for, but an even better friend. I love you, Mama." Wow. I mean, let me see. Does it say what she died from? Right. 2024 ain't starting so hot. The last 30 seconds, man, heartbreaking. She was awesome. Huh. Damn, may she rest in peace. Alright. Now search going total dramas. Okay. Hey, yo. Click here. No, I'm not. Click here. No, I'm not. Why is everyone in Florida a buggy fucking freak? I wanna click it. Alright, hold on. Move this here real quick. Didn't really show anything. Shit. Was this fucking trolled? Did I got trolled? Wow, okay, whatever. Oh, okay. Alright, let me put this back here. Yeah. Wonder what he did. What the fuck happened? Alright, no way, you know, just retweeted me a squeaks fucking around in a car. Nope. Fella, is it creepy to be a good dad? Nah. Alright, this is his final stream before he gets a fucking full-time job. What the fuck happened here? Yeah, man. So many fucking YouTubers are quitting. Not quitting, but retiring. Some are just not doing it at all and just doing something else, but you know, still. What the fuck? 22. Yo, who are these people? I don't even follow this. What? Okay. It's 2024 in the UK and America. Wait. It's 2024 and the UK and American are going to war with Yemen. What the fuck? Wait, what the fuck? Is he trolling or is it actually what? Trending? SmackDown Live. It would be here in trending, right? Nope, I don't think there is. He must have been trolling, probably. Yeah. Yo, what the fuck? Yo, what the fuck? What is these randoms popping on my fucking Twitter? Oh, God damn it. I don't know if that's safe for work. Bro, like, what the fuck? I mean, this one, I don't even follow Ninja. What the fuck? I don't follow this guy. I don't know why. What the fuck is it popping on my stream? Whatever, man. See what's going on YouTube. Let me check first before I go. Might be something there that might get me banned. Yep. No. It's always when I'm fucking streaming that some weird shit appears. The fuck? Yeah, no, we just going straight to Genshin. Fuck this. Alright. Yes, sir. Put this out the way. Launch. Fuck. This here. deleted it. God damn it. If you want it. What the fuck? Sorry. Yes, start. Yo. Yeah, I'm checking Twitter. Thank God I fucking laughed. Not safe for work stuff here. Shit, what are we doing? God damn it, why is it so fucking full again? I still gotta finish that storyline also. Hold up, give me a minute. Yeah. Wow, it's fucking tanking my shit right now. What the fuck? Bro, this fucking bot. Okay. Yeah, this is a fucking bot. What the fuck? Refresh that. I need to take out. Where is it? Let me, yeah, move this out of here. Go to here. Yeah. Go to here. Oops. What the fuck? Alright. Keep playing and go back here. Alright. God damn it. Limit 5. Alright, go to. Can I go 3? Okay. More? Nope. Okay.
Exactly. But none of them believed me.
Hold up. God damn it, man. Gotta fix something real quick. I don't know why is it doing this. What the fuck? Show more. Save. Okay, there we go. Finally fixed. Okay. Now I can close this out. So fucking choppy. Hold on. Why is this so fucked? Or is it just my default quality? No, it's just my stream. Ugh, whatever. I mean, on Twitch it looks so much better. On YouTube, it can barely handle it. I don't know if it's my connection. Ooh. Okay, thank you. Nope, I'm good. Wish. This chick, right? Absolutely nothing. What should we do? Right, I still need to finish that story mission. Go to map. Where was it? Go here. Before I do this, actually, never mind. Yeah, continue. I need to get my fucking controller, because I cannot play like this. Before I also do that, just okay. Now, because I can see it. Okay. Shit. Almost dropped my thing. My thingy. There we go. I believe you can still hear me. Yes. Yeah, you can still hear me. Okay, go here. Switch. And we're good. Good to go. Alright, let's finish that thing. Since I bailed out. Alright, where were we? Wait, I think you gotta activate it, right? Yeah, okay. Oh, it does open. Right. I forgot.
What do we do? The whole situation is so confusing. Good plan. Impossible things don't just happen. We'll get to the truth one way or another.
Just relax. Even if everyone else suspects Lenny and Lynette, at least we will be supporting them from the stands. Besides, I doubt Farina understands any more about what happened than we do.
Thanks, Navia. Well, we'll be going then.
Best of luck to you.
Ah, finally, you're back. Well, how did your investigation go?
This sucks.
To be
I
honest,
forgot what I did.
You might be disappointed.
No. We're already very grateful that you were willing to help.
Well now, don't you all look disappointed. Don't tell me that your investigation came up empty-handed. That was to be expected, of course. The guilty can never produce proof of their innocence. But don't let that stop you. I shall be terribly disappointed should you, my most anticipated foe, concede so easily.
Since both parties are present, I declare that the trial regarding the magic show
Oh wait,
incident
it's starting?
is now in session.
Oh, what the?
Firstly,
Oh, so this is the
in
court,
order for
I
the
guess.
audience to understand the causes
Well, not
and
really,
results
but, you
of the
know,
incident,
since we
could
can't
please
leave,
have Mr. Linney
this is gonna have to
explain the
do.
trick?
Yes, of course. I will explain while Lynette demonstrates on stage. All the necessary items have been prepared.
Thank you, Mr. Linney. In that case, I take your statement to be that you ran to and remained hidden within the magic box in the audience stands once the trick began, and thus could not have committed the crime. Is this correct?
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
In that case, I call upon the prosecution. Lady Farina, do you wish to refute his statement in any way?
Why, of course I do. Allow me to take the first shot and break this case wide open. Mr. Linney is clearly lying. There is no way you could have been in the box the whole time if you were to abduct Halsey and murder Cowell.
Oh wait, I have this. I completely forgot I have this. I'm missing a few things. Oh well. I got some rope to we got this random number selector, RNG, basically. Some woman's clothes, so somebody's naked right now. Probably not. This vase and a fucking hook. Okay.
In fact, I'd say you were hardly in that tunnel at all.
That is simply your hypothesis based on the presumption that I'm guilty.
Oh, is that so? And if I may ask, what did you hear while you were inside your box?
The roaring countdown of the crowd, of course. That's how I kept track of the time and built anticipation for the finale.
And you didn't hear anything else at all? Nothing that might leave an impression of any kind?
No, nothing.
I see. But when the count reached 30 seconds or so, there was a thud. One so loud that I believe practically everyone heard it.
Huh?
Hey, hang on. Something's not right here.
Yeah, I cannot remember, so I don't know if this is correct
I'm
or
sure
not.
he could have heard a noise that loud from inside the box.
I was right by the box, and I definitely heard the thud.
Oh, they have even a
Look
weight
at those
scale.
scales. Could those mean...
Well then, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to use the words of the magician himself. You never know what can happen in the blink of an eye. Indeed, it seems his alibi can also collapse in the blink of an eye. Of course, I have armed myself to do far more than smash your alibi. Confidence cannot go unfounded, and my foundations are rock solid. Tell me, aren't you and
Smash.
Lynette actually from the House of the Hearth?
The House of the Hearth?
No wonder they did something like this.
So the serial disappearances were the Fatsui's doing. Now it all makes sense.
I've got a feeling that what happened on stage probably wasn't just an accident.
Hey, I know this guy. His voice sounds very familiar.
That's irrelevant. Our identities have nothing to do with what happened.
Indeed. Then perhaps you could tell us everything that happened during that 1 minute. Your first priority is to prove yourself innocent after all. I'm sure there is little that needs to be kept secret now. Unless your script already has holes in it.
Wait, isn't it innocent until proven guilty? Unless it's in reverse in this fucking universe.
My, oh my, don't they look flabbergasted? Now comes the infighting in Discord, I suppose.
Discord?
This was almost too easy. Oh, good thing I made all those preparations. Seems the all-nighter I pulled last night is really paying off.
Hey, Linny, why didn't you tell us this before?
Wait, they're for Tui?
Order! Order!
Oh, okay.
Mr. Linney, allow me to re-establish the facts. Lady Farina has raised 2 points. First, when the thud was heard in the Opera House, you were neither in the box nor the tunnel. Second, you and Ms. Lynette are both members of the House of the Hearth. Are these claims true?
Okay.
Please answer my question, Mr. Linney.
I'm sorry. Yes, they're true, Your Honor.
I see, okay. Dang.
I knew it!
Well, that's it. We might as well move on to the sentencing already.
Damn.
What should we do now?
Granted.
My client has I'm the lawyer here. Oh shit, okay. My defense cannot proceed. My client has withheld some key information.
In that case, what is your request?
I request a brief adjournment. There are things that must be discussed.
Is that really necessary? They're already as good as guilty.
The defendant deceived their own attorneys. What is there left to discuss?
Order! Order, I say!
I'm an attorney. My bad.
Your request is reasonable, and we shall adjourn. This trial will reconvene in 1 hour.
So you would stick to Mr. Linney's defense even after knowing what you do now? You certainly have more professionalism than I thought. In that case, my dear audience, let's allow the joy of victory to steep for a little while longer.
While court has adjourned, I don't know that word. Fuck.
Well, this is awkward. I didn't think the Hydro Archon would dig all that up. I'm sorry, Traveler and Paimon.
Yeah, sorry. Paimon doesn't know where to start. We trusted you two. We based our entire reasoning on the assumption that you weren't bad guys. Not to set the wrong tone or anything, but Paimon's really mad!
I'm very sorry. I know you're angry, and reasonably so, but please, let me explain.
Go on.
I know you've clashed with the Fatui several times before. I wouldn't be surprised if just hearing the word is enough to make you upset. But our organization is very, very large, and the Harbingers have very different personalities and goals.
Right now, we want to save people. As many as we can.
That's right. I'm sure we're on the same page when it comes to this nation and the disaster that its people might face. I knew if it weren't for our respective identities, we could become good friends. That's why I didn't wish to flat out lie to you, but chose to hide some details instead. The truth is very important, but being completely transparent about everything would see us spending more effort than we need to. Right. So, you be the judge. Heck, if I were you, I fear that I'd even struggle to trust me at this point. You met a Fatus who works as a magician, a trickster by trade. All by coincidence, too. But still, I'm asking you to trust me. I am no criminal. At least, not in this case.
Sorry. Please forgive us. Well, you both say that, but...
Explain the other issue first. Yeah.
Right. Let's hear your answer first, and no lies now.
Of course. I'll answer any question you ask. We've been trying to find out how the Oratrice operates. We want to know why it has a consciousness. Why can it deliver sentences accurately? During our investigations, we learned that the machine's core is beneath it. From that moment on, Lynette and I have been designing this box swap trick with the objective of getting close to the core.
Is that why you needed a whole minute?
That's right. In truth, the audience would take about 75 seconds to count down from 60, while I would only need 15 to get to the opposite box. So, after jumping into the tunnel, I accessed the Opera House basement via the vent, and went to investigate the room in which the core is stored.
That air vent was created during the construction of the tunnel specifically to execute this step.
Well, nothing. As soon as I reached that room and was about to investigate, I heard someone's voice. Which should have been impossible, of course. I was quite certain that I was the only one in the room. That voice seemed to recognize me and tried to speak to me. I chose to err on the side of caution and retreated the way I came. On the way back, I saw the broken vase and the clothes on the ground, but the countdown was almost finished, so there wasn't time to give it any thought. After that, the homicide occurred just as you saw.
Well, that explains why you didn't hear the thud.
Because of that prophecy I told you about, of course. We must know all we can about this nation's secrets in order to deal with that prophesized crisis.
That's the only way we can save everyone.
So, there you have it. The whole truth. I swear, I didn't hide anything from you this time.
Shit, someone's watching.
It was never my
Who's
wish
watching?
to proceed under this cloud of mistrust either. But, like I said earlier, you can be the judge. If you want to leave because you don't trust the Fatui, there's nothing I can do to stop you.
Well, Traveler, you decide. Paimon will follow your lead however you choose.
Damn, someone's watching. I can't tell if that's just me. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks for giving us a chance.
The current problem is that the scales are tipped pretty badly against you two. If we want to refute the Hydro Archon's accusations, we're gonna need a seriously watertight defense. Huh?
Oh yeah, we gotta go back to court. Right.
Oh, Paimon thinks she...
His statement. Okay. Lene claims that he held to the chamber containing the Oratrice core upon entering the tunnel and did not witness the crime taking place and thus did not hear the thud. The voice of the Oratrice core chamber. I've been streaming for an hour? What the fuck? What time is it? The brief adjournment ends in a nailing biting truck.
Both parties have
converts.
returned to their positions. Let us continue the trial. When last we left off, Mr. Linney
Someone
acknowledged
left
the
the
new
light.
evidence presented by
I
Lady
still
Farina
can't
as
tell that's
fact.
me. Thank you, though.
Therefore, Lady Farina may continue stating
If
her
it is someone else,
reconstruction
thank
of the
you.
events.
That took long enough. Now then, if everyone would lend me their attention. At this stage, let's revisit that scene from Linny's perspective.
Based on a opposition account, based on the opposition account of events, you can identify loopholes in their statement. The evidence and clues obtained during the investigation to refute any enormous assertions of fact and replace them with new use your refutation to convince the audience to obtain more support from the people. The Orcrist will display such shift clearly. When you find and refute all incorrect content, you can complete the cycle of the refutation and unveil the truth.
As the countdown began, he entered the tunnel.
Bro, this is just straight out of Danganronpa. What the fuck? Alright.
When the flatbed trolley passed, he opened the box and got into an altercation with Halsey, which caused the loud thud. He did not realize that this sound could be heard by everyone in the opera house, which is why he claimed earlier that he could not hear the sound. Finally, he used the vase to knock her out, before making her change clothes to prevent others from recognizing her. At this time, Cowell arrived in the tunnel, having heard that strange noise, and caught Linny red-handed. So Linny proceeded to knock him out too before stuffing him into that box. Afterward, Linny passed the unconscious Halsey to his accomplice through the magic box in the audience stands, before operating the devices such that Cowell's death would be ruled an accident. And there you have it. That's the truth behind what happened.
Alright, what happened to the body then? If supposedly he knocked her out.
Does the defendant's side have any objections to Lady Farina's description of the events?
The key to refuting Lady Farina is the order of events, what Linny experienced, and what he saw.
Right, into the tunnel as soon as the countdown begins. Oh shit. Right. His statement. Lenny gives the hell that he had to the chamber containing all tried to ignore within the tunnel and did not witness the crime taking place and does not hear a thud. The one at the upper house during the magic show. The voice of Orcrist. Fuck, where was I? Fuck, I lost concentration. During the switching performance that there was an audio that the audience heard. Okay, Lenny claims to have heard a mysterious voice within the chamber that the house of Orcrist core within the opera house under structure. That seems about this one. This one, okay, this one's basically right since he did enter before the countdown. So it's this one that's wrong. The last one was from Lynette and Halsey's fight, but Lynette claimed that he heard nothing in order to cover up the truth. I thought the voice. The thought that many people heard. Entrance and exit to Japan. No one left the opera house during the magic show, and after the incident happened, only those who had their identity cleared by the guard could leave. Okay, prevent her from Lene knocked Halsey out using the vase and removed her clothes to prevent her from being identified. However, was Lene really in the tunnel at the time? Did not witness, but would they believe it? It was also. Alright, you know what? Fuck it, I'm choosing this one. Probably wrong.
Lini went to the room that contains the Oratrice's core. This is the actual truth.
Oh, I got it correct. Okay. Well, fuck, his voice is so quiet. Okay, so that's one right. Went to the room, contained the entries. Okay, so let me just do the obvious ones. Shit. So he went to the room that contains the Arc core. This is actually the truth. Claims that he headed to the Arc. Wait, so this too? He went and then he headed. Why? Okay, fuck. This one?
Lenny did not take part in the underground altercation. He only witnessed traces of the aftermath.
Guessing this one.
Seems this won't produce a particularly effective rebuttal.
Okay, yeah. Damn it. What the fuck? Okay, so that one's just leave it untouched. Okay. This one's
According
here.
to Lenny, he left via the vent after entering the tunnel. He couldn't have had that altercation with Halsey.
Okay, so that's...
Attention! Ace Detective Paimon has something to say! When the countdown started, Lenny did indeed go into the tunnel. But he immediately used a vent to access the Opera House basement, which is where the underground core of the Oratrice is stored. Once he reached that area, he heard a voice in what should have been an amphicrime
Oops, my
scene
bad.
had already developed by the time he reached the tunnel again. And in order to complete the magic trick, he did not remain there for any length of time. Finally, he reached the surface, and that was when the accident happened from his point of view. Therefore, he's innocent! Paimon did it! Paimon actually managed to say all that!
In other words,
That's nice low
you
rail.
believe that he knew nothing of the incident?
That's right!
Yes.
My reasoning?
The onstage equipment was clearly tampered with the premeditated fashion. However, you say Cowell bumped into Lenny by chance.
If that's the case, then if Cowell hadn't entered the tunnel, who was the entire setup meant to kill? Assuming that what you say is true, Lenny
Well, your denial is very strident, I'll give you that. But what proof do you have to back your claims? Of course I do. If he had been in the magic box the whole time, how could he have not heard that sound? Why do you ask? You're saying that he wasn't?
Your claim has now become my weapon. Your claim has become a critical clue. Doesn't matter which one. Ah, fuck. But it's this. Okay, this is irrelevant. Which evidence? Wait, which is the evidence that Lene? God damn it. Which evidence is that Lene wasn't in the tunnel when the crime took place? Sheesh. Okay, these. Okay, everything's irrelevant apart from like what these four. Okay. During this feature, there was an audio bump. Audience member. A thump that many audience heard. Was it the tunnel when the crime took place? Okay. Okay, never mind, just 3. I thought it was 4. Okay, A thud. Opera House Switcheroo Case Records. I guess this? Probably not.
Are you sure we don't need to give this more thought?
Okay, yeah, that was wrong. Yeah, okay, so it's this one.
Are you sure we don't
Damn
need
it.
to give this more thought?
Alright, this one.
That's right! Lenny wasn't in the box or in the tunnel. That's why he didn't hear anything strange during the performance. This means that when the crime happened, Lenny had already entered the basement via the vent. The same clue you used to disprove his alibi has now become the best proof!
Well played. To think you'd use such logic. Well then, if it wasn't Lenny who committed the crimes, then who was it?
Select the gear icon in the interface to check the corresponding case question. Alright, give the answers correctly, change. The Garda's investigation report indicate that the firework released near the end of the show ignited and burned through the rope suspending the water tank above the stage. This caused the water tank to fall and kill Cowell in the box below. If Lenny is no longer under suspicion, the only other member in the troupe who have been able to tamper with the props, Lenny have gained detailed accounts of how the trick was supposed to work by using a box inside. By using a box inside a box, the idea was for the box containing the audience member to be transported across via a tunnel underneath, and Lenny himself would also use the tunnel to get to the other side. Having changed her outfit, Lynette and her assistant would take charge of on-stage interactions. The clothes belonging to Halsey, the lady who went missing, were found in the tunnel. The reason for this remains unknown. Select any clue to view details for any information. Okay. Who is this guy
The
again?
deceased's name is Cowell,
Right.
Lenny's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment. Could there have been a third person involved? Is that really a possibility? Halsey is the missing person and an ordinary audience member. Or did she have her own scheme all along?
Probably not. So
The deceased's name is Cowell.
Did he do it? Wait, what? Okay. So he would have. Yeah.
That can't be.
Oh, is that
seem
so?
right.
How interesting.
What I must do next is recreate the truth. What Cowell did, and how he went from would-be perpetrator to victim.
I mean, out of all three of them, he could have tampered with them. Unless it was somebody else. How can we envisage Lenny has been unable to interfere with the crime? Okay.
No one entered or left the Opera House through its entrances. So where would the criminal have wanted to take Halsey?
Plus, shouldn't it? If there was a supposed criminal, he should still be in here, right?
The deceased's name is Cowell.
Yeah, I know this one.
Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel, so there must have been some fear that she would attract attention. The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Halsey and the criminal. Linny was not in the tunnel at that moment, which gave our criminal ample time. It would have been tough for both people to fit into that vent. They would likely have bumped into Linny as well. No one entered or left the Opera House through its entrances. So where would the criminal have wanted to take Halsey?
Okay, so...
The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Halsey and the criminal.
Fuck, I can't remember if... Yeah, because if he went into the tunnel... God damn it, it's been like a week? I forgot what exactly happened.
Linny was not in the tunnel at that moment, which gave our criminal ample time.
How can I prove that it was an altercation in the tunnels? Okay, it's just
The
this
sound
one.
we heard may have come from a clap.
Who was the prime suspect currently? The prime suspect currently... him, right?
The deceased's name is Cap.
Where did the missing Halsey go? I mean, she couldn't leave. And then, if there was a murder, supposedly, her body should still be around. Unless he ate her. No, I'm just kidding.
It would have been tough for both people to fit into...
I don't know, man.
clothing was in the tunnel.
Yeah, it's incorrect. Yeah, the close, the last one. Okay, so we got this one, and we got the vent. Where did she go? No one could have left. So, I mean... Alright, you know what? Choosing the vent.
Would have been tough
She
for
vented.
both people to fit into that vent.
It's probably wrong, but fuck it. Yeah, it's wrong.
No one entered or left the Opera House through its entrances. So where would the criminal have wanted to take Halsey?
What the fuck? The criminal must have understood the method behind it. God damn, I couldn't read it all. Leaving aside how he died, means to commit the crime. Fuck it. The strange noise could have been a sound of causing in Halsey struggling. Then it was not in the tunnel for a minute. But according to the coroner's testimony, no one left her into the hospital. In the few minutes, I'm pretty much guaranteed to
What's wrong, Traveler? Are you still having trouble figuring things out?
Where did she go? She disappeared.
I see how it is. So this was all just a bluff. And here I thought you had something to show for it.
I
But
wonder.
it seems you're still far from the truth.
Look, since we're at a dead end, why not consider a different track? Just like the trick as it transpired, the end result must have been utterly different from the magician's initial design.
If only we knew how Halsey disappeared.
Well, that would be nice, but the tunnel only has 3 exits, and likely. And it's not like this is a magic trick where you can just make a real live person disappear. You know, like you did from that water tank, Lynette.
Water tank. Magic. Water magic.
Excuse my interruption, dear opponents, but do you not see that the crowd is growing impatient? There is no greater sin in this opera house than an awkward delay in the performance.
Ah, shit.
If the defense is unable to make further effective arguments, we will move on to the next stage of the trial.
Wait.
Linny was not in the tunnel at that moment, which gave our criminal ample time. The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Halsey and the criminal. The deceased's name is Cowell, Linny's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment.
Okay, the vase.
The vase was not broken by chance. It was used to cover important evidence. The water.
Okay, yeah, it's basically the only thing left.
Oh, Paimon gets it! It all comes together if Halsey disappeared instead of being kidnapped. Lynette escaped from the water tank, vanishing gradually and leaving only clothes behind. If there's a similar method where a person could be transformed into water...
Oh, just a moment, please. I do hope you know how preposterous you sound at the moment. How could a person ever be transformed into water? This is reality we're talking about here, not some magic trick. Must we really? I should think that of anyone. Your friend Linny already knows this truth very well. Magic tricks are ultimately just illusions and misdirection. But Halsey's disappearance is very real. We're talking about two completely different things.
Even so, I trust the Traveler's judgment. The truth must be out there somewhere. Perhaps some new line of reasoning may open if we try to gather all the focal points that don't make sense. Since Cal was the deceased, we haven't placed much attention on him. But given that we aren't making much progress with the case, it wouldn't hurt to have a look at his belongings, would it?
People really do come up with all sorts of harebrained schemes when at the end of their rope. The way I see it, your suggestion that we broaden the scope of our investigation is nothing but a tactic for stalling the trial.
Nevertheless, I believe that this is a reasonable request on the part of an attorney. Since the trial does indeed appear to be at an impasse, I believe that additional evidence may help us make more progress. Guards, please step into the lounge and examine the personal effects of the deceased, Cowell.
We are still examining the items, but we have already made critical progress that we feel must be shared with everyone post-haste. We discovered several test tubes of fluid within Cowell's baggage, each labeled separately. The notebook in his backpack claims that these fluids are... water from the Primordial Sea.
The Primordial Sea?
The note's contents also indicate that Cowell belonged to an organization that sells illegal drugs and that he had an accomplice. The notebook has many entries concerning safe usage of these fluids, in which the keyword dissolve appears many times. One of these tubes was labeled Opera Epiclese, along with yesterday's date. It is empty. The notes also state that these dissolution properties work exclusively on people from Fontaine. It's likely that Halsey was chosen as some sort of test subject. As such, we believe that the defense's hypothesis is, in fact, supported by sufficient evidence.
You've got to be kidding! People dissolving into water?
Could something so ridiculous actually be true?
Wait a moment. This reminds me of a certain prophecy, but it's just a coincidence, isn't it?
people can become water, does that mean that the water tank's real use was as a means to hide water stains? And if Cowl was targeting that girl... Wait just a minute. Could that mean... You two, with me, quick!
Demoiselle, wait! What about your partners?
Let's go. Just trust me.
Order! Order! It is undeniable that further examination of the deceased's personal effects has yielded some surprising results, but we cannot yet verify the veracity of these clues. Still, let us assume that these clues are indeed authentic, albeit with the understanding that Ms. Halsey has yet to be found. Guards, please continue examining the items along these lines. Mr. Linney, it appears your hypothesis is supported by the evidence, so please continue speaking.
Of course. Thank you, Your Honor. If we uphold this hypothesis, I believe that many of this case's seemingly unrelated clues can be connected together.
Right! Like the metal hook! That one didn't make sense at all. Let's think about this. Cowell's methods must have something to do with that water from the primordial sea.
The deceased's name is Cowell, Linney's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment. Lynette was in the magic box on stage the entire time. Did she have something to do with this? I remember there was something else within the inner layer of that box. Lynette was in the magic box on stage the entire time. Did she have something to do with this? The water from the primordial sea should already have been prepped before Halsey entered the magic box. I remember there was something... The water from the primordial... Lynette was in the magic box on stage the entire time. The rope that held the water tank up was lit by the fireworks and snapped. Now it seems like the hook rope was not meant for another magic trick, but was instead some form of triggering mechanism. Lynette was in the magic box. Now it seems like the... I remember there was something else. Lynette was in the magic box. I remember there was some...
It's Ace Detective Paimon's time to shut! In the original plan, Cowell would tamper with the water tank rope and the number selector securing his target. When the magic box containing Halsey was lowered, the metal hook would retract gradually and pierce the balloon at the top of the box. When the balloon attached to the box popped, the water from the primordial seed inside it would pour down and dissolve Halsey. Afterward, Cowell would enter the tunnel and break the flower vase to conceal the water inside the tunnel, with the remaining evidence being covered up by the water tank on stage. But he encountered something unexpected in the tunnel, and wound up being fatally hit by the same water tank he meant to use to cover his tracks.
Huh. That does make sense.
That actually links together a lot of the more confusing pieces of evidence.
Oh dear.
What do I do? Even I think they sound convincing now. Have I falsely accused an innocent person? What a humiliation.
Now, it seems like the only point of contention remaining is the exact circumstances that led to Cal's death. His notes mentioned he had an accomplice who could be related to the situation.
On that note, the guards have just contacted me indicating that they uncovered new evidence. I shall now invite him on stage to share it with us.
Thank you, Your Honor. We were just inspecting the luggage of the other people involved in this case. And we found an identical sample of the water from the Primordial Sea among Linny's personal effects.
What?
That can't be.
Oh, I see. Well, how wonderfully comedic to have your own counterattack only to come back and wound you. Does this not clear all doubt? My dear citizens, my loyal audience, allow me to present my... Linny did not need to take part in the dissolution of the young woman at all. Indeed, he did leave the scene via the vent. Having made modifications to the props beforehand, his accomplice Cowell then caused Halsey to vanish using the water from the Primordial Sea. But upon his return, in cruel avarice, Linny desired sole credit and prepared to do away with his partner in crime. Ultimately, he knocked Cowell out, and the tool meant to cover the crime up also became a murder weapon. Now, as much as I regret having come to such a viciously straightforward conclusion, it does seem that the famed Fatui is quite the cold-blooded and ruthless organization. Am I right, Mr. Linny?
We've used up all the evidence we collected. There's no way for us to make a rebuttal here. Is this the end of the road?
Oh no. Paimon can't think of anything either. It doesn't look like there's any way around this. Seems using the water as new evidence was too good a move. Why did this have to happen now?
I think we've all seen enough now, and we have ample witnesses to my flawless reasoning. I believe this is indeed the finale. Now then, my good, noble Chief Justice, should we not, in your view, move...
Excuse me, everyone, but I must interject.
Miss, I must ask you not to shout, and to respect the ongoing legal proceedings.
Oh, come on. Don't be hasty. I have a good reason for interrupting, you know. Now, would anyone here like to take a little break from all this debate and see a little magic? I'll show you an amazing trick. One that can bring a young woman who has disappeared back in the flesh, right before your very eyes. Please, do the honors, Mr. Linny, if you would be so kind.
What in the world is she saying?
No offense, miss, but miracles like that are beyond my scope as a magician.
Come on now, don't be silly. Magic is all about misdirection, isn't it? It often conceals the truth while presenting a fascinating illusion. But once everyone believes the illusion, can't magic reveal the truth to them once again? And wouldn't such a trick be the most marvelous finale to today's performance? Come on, Linny and Lynette. Give it another go. Don't worry. Spina di Rasula has made the necessary arrangements on your behalf. But as the magic makers and stars of the show, I think I should leave the final performance to you.
I understand.
And voila!
Sorry for the interruption.
Wait, isn't that Halsey? So the whole thing about people dissolving wasn't true after all?
To be clear, I'm only here because this person told me that if I testified, the merit of doing so would lessen my sentence. I was hiding outside this room listening to the proceedings because I was afraid that I would be the one put on trial. I was just feeling happy that no one had noticed me, and then before I knew it, she caught me.
That'll teach you to underestimate us three.
Where should I begin? I'm sorry. I'm the one who killed Cowell. I admit it.
What? Why?
Firstly, my name isn't Halsey. It's Lillian, and I'm originally from Mondstadt. I heard that Linny's show was gonna be a real thriller, but I missed the chance to buy a ticket, so I stole one. That's how I make a living. I steal stuff here and there, and I'd never been caught before. But I was noticed at the harbor a few days ago, and I barely got away. Linny was the one who caught me in the act.
Hey, no wonder you look familiar. So you were the thief. Liddy even mentioned that you were pretty skilled.
Well, and I thought that would have been the end of it, but then the number selector chose me. He even mentioned the Fortress of Meripede. That's a prison, isn't it? So you can imagine how shocked I was. I thought he was on to me for sure. So I played along with the show while looking for an opening to flee, but then I got water poured on me for no reason, and then someone jumped into the tunnel to nab me. I wasn't going to take that lying down, so I knocked him out and stuffed him into the box. There was nowhere to run from there, though, so I had to change my clothes and hide in a box containing performance costumes. I slipped out after the first guard arrived at the scene and continued hiding inside the opera house.
Can a person even hide in there?
But I swear I didn't know that the water tank would fall down. Really, I swear it. Had I known that, I wouldn't have put him in the magic box. I may be a thief, but I'm no killer.
Well, that makes everything pretty clear now, doesn't it?
This time, we need to tell the entire story from Lily-Ann's perspective. See. The flower vase was not broken to cover anything up, but it was smashed during the struggle between Lily-Ann and Cowell. Lily-Ann was afraid that she would be recognized if she left, so she changed clothes and hid, biding her time. Just what one might expect of an experienced thief. The strange sound wasn't from a fight. It was Lily-Ann's attempt to break out when she was frightened.
And it's Ace Detective Paimon time! Having been selected out of the blue, Lily-Ann panicked. Her panic only intensified after she entered the tunnel and had water poured on her head. So she kicked the door open, producing the thud we all heard. Hearing the commotion, Cowell leapt into the tunnel, only to discover that Lily-Ann had not dissolved. He did not know that Lillian was not from Fontaine, but was a thief who made her way in by stealing a ticket. Mistakenly believing that the water from the primordial sea needed time to take effect, he tried to force Lillian back into the box. The two broke the flower vase during the struggle, but Lillian came out on top, knocking Cowell out and putting him in the box. With no way of escaping, she changed her clothes and hid in the costume trunk until the performance ended. That she would have to go through guard inspection if she tried to leave afterward. So, she has been trapped in the Opera House these last 2 days.
She had already become desperately hungry by the time we were chatting over macarons. So, she swiped 2 of them right under our noses. Talk about a sneaky thief.
At this point, all the events that happened in the tunnel have now come to light.
Ah, so that's the whole story.
Bravo! Bravo!
Now then, Lady Farina, do you wish to speak against the defense's statements? Please answer the question, Lady Farina. Also, if I may add, the trial has not yet ended. As such, I request that the prosecution not leave the room before the proceedings have concluded.
What? Are you reading my mind now? No, I have no further arguments. I admit defeat. But really, could you at least have left me with some dignity?
Wow, look at that! She's like a deflated balloon now.
If there are no objections, then as the Chief Justice of Fontaine, I shall once again repeat the full sequence of events. The actual perpetrator of the serial disappearances, Cowell, selected his next victim from the audience reservation list. With some modifications to the selector, he could ensure that the pre-selected young woman would be chosen. To cover up any evidence while committing the deed, Cowell thought of allowing the water tank to fall, which would conceal the water left behind after the young woman was dissolved. He also tampered with the rope suspending the water tank, using the fireworks at the end of the performance to cause the tank to drop and hide the watermarks. He poured the water from the primordial sea into a balloon during the preparation of the magic box and stuck it to the box's lid. Finally, he passed the prepared hook on a rope through the gap in the magic box's door when bringing the young woman to said box. When the magic trick officially began, the box containing the woman was lowered into the tunnel, tightening the hook rope and bursting the balloon containing the water. If all had gone to plan, the young woman would be dissolved at this time. However, Lillian was not from Fontaine and thus fled the box with a loud noise. Realizing that there was trouble, Cowell entered the tunnel and met Lillian. Thinking that the waters had not yet taken effect, he decided to proceed. However, his opponent was more capable than he thought, and he was overcome, knocked unconscious, and placed into the magic box, and thus became his own final victim. Lillian, according to her own statements, then changed clothes and hid until the performance ended, before hiding in other parts of the Opera House. As for Linny, he was in the underground structures within the Opera House, and was thus ignorant of these happenings. From this reconstruction of events, we can conclude that Linny, the accused, is in fact innocent. While there is much in Linny and Lillian's conduct that should still be investigated separately, this case, at least, can be handed over to the Oratrice to make the final decision. As such, Linny and Lynette are officially declared not guilty.
Victory for Ace Detective
Great work, partners.
Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Next, I think we deserve an explanation, Guard Vaughn. How did you find the water from the primordial sea in Linny's baggage?
Right! Your discovery caused me to make a serious mistake, you know. Or was that not a discovery, but false evidence that you dared to bring before this court?
I suspect that the accomplice mentioned in Cowell's notes was not Linny, but you, yes? I'm sure you know what you must do to lessen your sentence.
Speak quickly! Unless you want to earn yourself a one-way ticket to Coupon Town.
I was just following orders. We were supposed to place blame for the serial disappearances onto Linny, and thus cause suspicion to fall on the Fatui. The higher-ups said this was the best opportunity to do so.
And now that your plan has fallen through, and the secrets of the water have been revealed, you have become a liability to said higher-ups, yes? Therefore, you would be wise to tell everything you know, and seek the protection of the guards.
Yes, I'll tell you everything I know. Our boss discovered that the water can cause people to dissolve. It can also be made into a potion, which when extremely diluted, can cause people to experience unforgettable exhilaration. We've been in this business for a while now, and have made decent more off it. The disappearances were also the boss's idea. I mean, this is the boss we're talking about.
And now he can no longer talk.
Such ruthlessness. I shouldn't have expected any less of them.
An outrageous act. All present, please submit to inspection immediately.
So, we're just going back now? That's...
Traveler, Paimon! Please wait.
Linny...
I know you may not want to speak to me right now. Maybe you don't even want to look at me. But still, let me thank you again for defending me to the end, even after you learned that I'm a member of the Fatui. I guess. But regardless, I'd like the opportunity to set things straight. I didn't approach you with any ulterior motives or ill intent. I've spoken to you as myself, just plain Linny this entire time. As for why I'm a Fatus, it's because the goals of the House of the Hearth align with those of an orphan like me. That's all. That was how Father, who you might know as the Knave, approached recruiting us back then too.
The Knave? The one who controls the House of the Hearth? She's your father?
That's right. And since we're here, I was wondering, would you mind hearing a story? It's about my past. Back when our parents first died, Lynette and I were left wandering the streets. To survive, I took to surreptitiously observing an older street performer who did magic. It took me several days to figure out how he pulled off his amazing tricks. I took my sister through several streets until we found a crowded corner, and we began to perform magic tricks there. To my surprise, we proved to be pretty popular, and we could at least stop worrying about where our next meal would come from for a time. But I didn't want my sister to remain a street rat together with me forever. Before long, an aristocrat came to me and claimed that he wished to take us in after watching my performances.
So you went from orphans to nobility just like that?
That was how we felt at first too. As if fate was on our side and we could say goodbye to those painful days. But I gradually discovered that while we were called foster children, he was really after my talent for magic tricks. He would constantly take me to all sorts of banquets to garner attention, which he would then use to expand his social circles.
That doesn't seem too bad either. Better than roaming the streets at any rate.
It took a while for me to realize just how dark his heart really was. After one particular performance at a banquet, I discovered that Lynette was not on the same return vehicle as me. I waited a long time after we returned home, but she did not come back. I went to that noble's bedroom and asked him about her whereabouts. The answer he gave me was, she caught the eye of the most eminent person at the banquet, so I sent her over as a gift. I mean, you'll be able to perform your magic regardless of who your assistant is, yes?
Oh no. So he was gonna... But wouldn't Fontaine's laws deal with such people?
As far as outsiders are concerned, this is a relationship akin to adoption or foster care, and they have their ways of escaping the eye of the law. I managed to ferret out the location of the mansion of that so-called eminent person and hurried through the night. But by the time I leaped over the walls, avoided the guards, and made my way in, all I saw was the moonlit ground covered in blood, and the knave standing there in the darkness.
So, she'd already taken care of that guy.
That's right. She had rescued my sister before she could come to any harm, and had even discovered several girls hidden in a basement, all of them orphans. Father, I mean, the knave, might have seen something in me, and so she made me an offer. The House of the Hearth welcomes you, for your interests align with ours. Here, none will ever betray you. Indeed, betrayal shall never be permitted here. I was hesitant to trust her. I mean, I had just been betrayed by nobles. But she was also quick to destroy the noble who had taken us in at first, giving us back our freedom.
Oh, so that's how the two of you joined the House of the Hearth.
She has her own plans. She has gained permission from the Tsaritsa to first use the Gnosis' power once she obtains it. She plans to use it to find a way to break the prophecy and save Fontaine.
So, she believes in that prophecy too?
That's right. The whole House of the Hearth is currently working to combat that crisis. Today's case has also proven that people from Fontaine can indeed dissolve into some sort of water, thus further supporting the prophecy. Everyone at Hotel Bouffe d'été, including the knave, has their roots in Fontaine, and we will always defend our homeland. To us orphans, the only connection we have left to this world, apart from our family, is our homeland.
So, from small deeds like distributing magic pockets to huge schemes like stealing a Gnosis, everything is aimed at dealing with that prophecy.
It's all right. I understand. The only thing I can do is relate all this to you. I just hope you can understand that even as a member of the House, I have never stopped making my own decisions, and that I believe what I'm doing is right. If you should need anything at all in the future, feel free to find me. I will do my best to help you, as plain Lyney.
Bye, Lyney!
Hey there! What was with the disappearing act you pulled right as the trial ended?
Were you looking for us, Navia?
Well, this whole thing isn't exactly over, is it? I do feel that we're getting closer to solving the serial disappearances case, though. Don't you think so, too? Huh? What's wrong, my dear partner?
ones who can crack a case that's been cold for decades now? And given that there's new evidence from the trial, there should be a trail of breadcrumbs for the Hydro Archon's people to follow now, right?
Ah. I see. Well, I won't lie. I'm a little shocked to hear that from you. But I suppose you are just travelers who have only arrived in Fontaine after all. Sorry. I might have been too presumptuous.
Don't say that, Navia.
Ah, and we were having so much fun investigating with you, too. It was like having new waters flowing into a stagnant mire, causing new hope to spring forth, and the reflection in the murk to become clearer. Well, sorry about that. I'm a bit prone to nostalgia. Don't mind me. Wait, shall we have a farewell meal? You know, to commemorate our time as partners?
Huh? Do we really need to get that formal? Well, guess you really did treat us as partners, huh?
Well, I'd just like to have a proper ending to every important memory. That way there are no regrets later. Anyway, it would just be a meal, so it shouldn't take up too much of your time.
You don't have to twist Paimon's arm. If Boss Navi is treating, count Paimon in!
Oh, wonderful. In that case, why don't we return to the Court of Fontaine and head to the Hotel de Boer? I believe we'll make it just in time for dinner.
All right then, let's have our farewell meal!
Ad Astra. Thank you for completing today's commissions.
I came here several times with my father when I was little, but stopped eating here as often after growing up. I hope the food here will be to your taste.
Oh, don't worry! We haven't eaten at a hotel like this in a while. Paimon's getting excited already!
In that case, I'll go order for us first. Please wait here a moment.
Ooh, everything looks so good! People in Fontaine sure know how to enjoy life!
Why, of course! Go ahead, try whatever you like. If the food's good, I'll make a group reservation for the rest of Spina di Rosula next time.
And if it's not?
Well, then I'll still bring everyone. Albeit with only one dish per table.
You, sure have your own way of doing things. Oh, we called this a farewell meal, but we could also treat it like a victory feast, right? We did just win that case after all.
Oh, true. Very true. In that case, boss, we'll have another 2 dishes.
Huh? Paimon didn't mean that you had to order even more food. Speaking of cases, do you think that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances will get caught soon now that this has all happened?
Well, we've certainly taken a big step forward, but I feel that's about it. We know that there's an organization that means to dissolve these young women, but we still don't know what they are really after.
If it hadn't happened right in front of us, Paimon wouldn't have ever believed that a person could be dissolved like that.
Right? Yet it was because this was such a preposterous notion that the investigation could never really move forward before.
Ugh. If only that guy could have finished speaking! We were so close to hearing who was behind it.
In such investigations, even the smallest step can seem like a yawning chasm if the trail of clues is cut off. To be honest, I don't have high hopes for any follow-up that the authorities might conduct. It's not that I don't have faith in their ability, it's just that a different perspective is required in some matters. It's easy to guard against and deceive a single narrow perspective. A shift in thinking is required at such times in order to produce a breakthrough. Which is exactly why the Spina di Rosula exists. Those highfalutin folk are not all-knowing. That's why we exist. To seep into the cracks where filth falls through. Where their watch fails them. That's the
Seems Paimon thought things were simpler than they actually are.
It's alright. Well, this was supposed to be a farewell meal, so I doubt you have further interest in this business, right? Let's talk about something else. Like, what are your future plans?
That's true. We didn't have a chance to speak to her after the trial ended. It didn't really seem like the right time or place to do it anyway.
I see. So, your primary objective, which has been foiled so far, was to have a chat with the Hydro Archon. I've heard that there's a long line of people waiting to meet Lady Farina. I suspect you'll be waiting for quite a while, considering that you missed your chance today.
Yeah, we've heard that she's super popular here in Fontaine, and that it'll be tough getting any of her time.
Well, would you consider some more, unique ways? Perhaps even methods of, let's say, questionable legality?
Guess that's Spina di Rosula's boss for you. Chock full of sketchy ideas. Well, what did you have in mind?
Well, one way would be to infiltrate a performance troupe at the Opera House, only to abandon your act at the play's climax and ask to speak to her after the performance. I'm sure Lady Farina would be eager to see the ending, and would agree in order to finish watching the play, don't you think?
Could you suggest something a little more practical? This plan seems pretty hard to pull off. We'd have to go learn how to act, and acting's really hard.
Alright, here's another. Find a way to conceal yourselves under her bed. Then, wake her up in the dead of night and demand answers. Don't let her go back to sleep until she answers all your questions. I can personally testify that this one works. When I'm sleepy, I'll do anything as long as I can finally get some sleep.
That might work, but that's not really the problem. The problem is we don't want to get ourselves arrested.
Valid point. I overlooked that part. I was just thinking about leveraging a person's desire for sleep. Alright, no more joking around. Perhaps you could... Oh, I don't know. Cut the line when she's on a break. You did defeat her in court, clearing citizens of hers from false accusations. False accusations she had nearly upheld personally. I imagine that she feels quite ashamed about the whole thing.
You mean that if we catch her while she's on a break, she might be too embarrassed to refuse? Oh, that does make some sense. Why don't we give it a try after this meal? You know, strike while the iron is hot and all.
Huh? Paimon, did you drink my Fanta?
Was this your drink? Sorry about that. Paimon wasn't really paying attention and the cup was right next to Paimon. Would you like to order another?
No, it's fine. We're just about done here.
Alright. Honestly, Paimon wouldn't recommend Fanta anyway. It tastes kinda salty and icky.
Is that so? Huh. Well, in that case, we'll have to blacklist the Fanta here then. If we're all finished eating, then I'll go pay.
Yeah, we're stuffed. Thanks for the treat, Navia. Oh, so full. Paimon can barely float anymore. Can't you see Paimon's barely an inch off the ground?
Okay. As for expenses this month, we're left with...
Hey, Navia! What are you doing over there?
Oh, nothing. It was just a meal, you know? Nothing the Spina di Rosula can't cover.
Let's get ready to try to meet the Hydro Archon again. Bye, Navia!
So this is goodbye, huh? Well, if you do encounter any other trouble in Fontaine, you're always welcome to contact the Spina di Rosula. I'll give your request the highest priority. In any case, I wish you smooth sailing. I'll see you again, partner.
See ya!
This realm is... If you ever have it... Ad Astra... Ad Astra...
To be fucking kidding me. I've been using this product for over 2 years. What? Are you fucking kidding me? I've been using this shit for 2 years! Fuck!
House. Yes. My shit. I won it. You're trespassing on my property. You didn't win shit in my yard. Wait. All of you.
Daddy, chill.
What the hell is even that? Get JT, let me have this house.